welcome to YouTube. First up tonight, we heard from Ian, who reckons his telco, Amaysim, has done something truly amorphal. He recently received a message from Amaysim telling him his plan was changing, but this change was not as good as a holiday. In fact, it was more like a kick in the tits, which is not good. See, even though Amaysim said
included data will be increasing
and that they'd
added unlimited international calls
and
you'll still pay $24.90 per renewal.
Ian was not amazed at all, because one of the changes
Plan expiry will be changing from 30 to 28 days.
means over the course of a year, you don't make 12 payments, you make 13, which is unlucky for phone owners. Amaysim said they did this because
we want to give you more of what you like.
But as Ian points out, no one likes paying more for something they didn't ask for. When we asked Amaysim why they moved to 28-day cycles, they said it was so that people could
make a like-for-like comparison of the mobile plans in the market.
Seeing as most other telcos have also moved to shorter billing cycles on their prepaid plans. Or in other words, everyone else was screwing you, so it's only fair that we get to screw you too. Although most other telcos still use calendar months for their postpaid plans, Amaysim doesn't. This doesn't mean their plans are a worse deal than the other telcos, but if you are comparing them, remember to multiply their renewal cost by 13 and the others by 12. Because as we learnt last week with Andy's story on the confusopoly that is phone plans,
compare the total cost including handset over the life of the plan and choose the cheapest option.
The other point to remember with messages about plan changes is that it's very likely they're trying to
accentuate the positive
and
feeling, minus the negative.
And frankly, we think that is just brilliant. No, really, everyone should do that.
Hey Rochelle, just wanted to let you know my checkout plan is changing. I'm giving you more of what you like. So more pointless animals and dumb costumes, and I'll still get the same pay, but it'll be every 28 days instead of once a month. Cool? Okay, thanks, bye.
Next up, we heard from John, who wants to say 2 FUs, one to AGL and the other to the New South Wales Energy Ombudsman. A bit greedy, but I'll allow it. A few days after moving into a new home, he received letters and bills from an energy company.
It was addressed to Dear Customer and said we had a contract with AGL.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Dear customer, that's not my name.
Anyway, the letter said
the previous occupant at your address was with AGL and did not disconnect the gas when they moved.
Now, the obvious question here is,
if you move into a property, what does the previous occupant's energy provider have to do with you?
And the answer is,
that depends.
If you moved in without setting up your own energy contract first, then you, dear viewer, are their dear customer. And even though they don't know your name, they can still charge you. Excuse me one moment.
Oh, no.
So, don't ignore Dear Customer letters, read them carefully. Because John's next letter was a bill for usage from 3 months before he leased the property, and you can't be charged for that. Someone else's gas is not your responsibility. That was Fido. Now, while you should read Dear Customer letters, that doesn't mean you should believe everything they say. Just because the existing energy supplier says you must move the account into your name doesn't mean you have to. You can set up a new energy account with whoever you choose. But if you do decide to stick with the existing supplier, make sure you contact them and ensure you're on the cheapest plan. Because Dear Customers are put on the standard retail contract by default, and those are the most dear. By the way, it's also important that you close your energy account when you move out of a property. Otherwise, you could be liable for energy usage that happens after you're gone. Anyway, John had done the right thing. He had set up a new energy account with Origin before moving in. So his wife called the New South Wales Energy Ombudsman.
Did you say ombudsman?
You know it's pronounced ombudsman, right? Anyway, according to John, the Ombudsman
Said to us that it was only $21. So why don't you pay it?
And
how else could AGL get its money back?
Well, John was not impressed. That's not how bills normally work.
This is someone else's bill. Yeah, they did a runner. How else do you expect us to get our money back?
Now, we should point out there's no recording of this phone call. And when we asked the Ombudsman about it, they said,
The statement in your letter is not aligned with our approach.
Which means they don't agree with those statements, and neither do we. In fact, the Ombudsman confirmed to us that
Customers are not responsible for consumption that occurred before they took up occupancy at a property.
we asked AGL about the bills John had been receiving and established they were for when the property was vacant, and therefore the landlord's responsibility to pay, not his.
Which is why you should check your dear customer letters, because you don't want to be paying your landlord's bills and the energy companies don't care who pays.
But look, no matter whether it's your energy provider or someone else's fault, the Energy Ombudsman in your state should be able to help you. They often deal with cases just like this, because there are one hell of a lot of dear customers out there. Contacting the Ombudsman in writing may be better, so there's no confusion. And if you, like John, aren't happy with their response, you can go back to the Ombudsman. They've got complaints processes. And if that doesn't work, get in touch with us. Not right now, though. I've got some stuff to sort out. Finally tonight, we heard from 14-year-old Lou, who wasn't able to film a video, but will be played by my good friend Zoe instead.
Why me?
Payback. Read the email.
Recently, I received a brochure from the University of New South Wales with a pie chart that said that 18% of the top 100 most influential engineers were UNSW graduates.
But Lou thought the university's 18% piece of pie looked a bit generous.
Intrigued, I measured it with a protractor and found the slice was 25% bigger than it should have been. Imagine if one of your university graduates was building a house and built one side of the house 25% taller than the other.
But Lou noticed that wasn't the only mathematical error on the pie chart.
The percentages only add up to 99, but the graph was about the 100 most influential engineers. So what happened to the other engineer? No! Why should I even consider studying at UNSW when it appears you can't even draw a pie chart correctly?
Good question, Lou. Do it. Good night.